Good evening, boys. Welcome everyone to the stream. Today's a good day, boys. United lost.
Leeds last season, had a short spell out for injury, but whenever he played for them, he looked a real force. He do a bit of everything, really, the midfielder. And will his goal be the winner? We'll see how much time is added on. We're in the 90th minute. Schlager sends it forward, claimed by Trafford, who's closing in on a debut clean sheet.
That's a good claim as well. Perfect timing, exactly what you want from your goalkeeper in that moment. Gets up well and good handling, but at the other end, I'm sure Sells would just be a bit disappointed.
Well, he just felt he was going to go for goal from that angle, and he did just catch out Marcel's. Forrest are going to make another change throw, another forward on. Arno Calimuendo is going to join the attack. And they are going to take a centre-back off to bring the forward on. But only 3 minutes. It's something we're not used to seeing, really. Such little time at the back end of the game, but...
No, but the ball has been in play a lot, hasn't it? You can tell there's a notable change in the fact that teams can't just slow the play down through taking their time. The referees are really moving that along.
So we'll go back inside. Gibbs White. Looked like he was fouled on the edge of the box. Referee happy for play to carry on, and then he pulls it back. So, a free kick in a decent area.
Late drama at Portman Road. 16 goals last season for Jack Clark, and he's opened his account in a brand new campaign. Ipswich Town 2, Sunderland 1, into stoppage time.
Let me restart the game, boys.
To do anything from that position, but he's handed Forrest, as we've already seen at the other end, quite a tidy little opportunity here.
I think maybe the HDR setting
Well, we were going to get goals in this game. We felt that set pieces were going to be the difference, the strengths for the respective sides. But a direct free kick giving Leeds the advantage, and into added time with not much time left to play. This might be the best chance for Forrest
HDR setting, yes,
to equalise.
Was the one.
So Murillo over it. So is Gibbs White. And Gibbs White can't get it right. And Trafford watches it go over with delight.
Well, just not enough punch to this for me. I think he's moving a bit delicately there with that one, trying to really pick a spot, whereas I think just get some power behind it, get it on target.
Bro.
Would have been a better option to maybe try and work Trafford.
Well, Murillo off, Calimuendo on, who was sent out on loan the second half of the season, given a new lease of life under Oliver Glasner, we see. it seems. And a debut here for Leeds United. The experienced defender, Nico Elvedi, is going to come on and help them see this out. Will he get on, though? There's only about 10 seconds left. Williams got the shout of man on. Okafor working hard. And Leeds haven't got long to see out here. An away win for Leeds United, and it comes on the opening day.
Now it's fine, looks clean.
And for Daniel
ultimate
Farke,
rewind.
a big 3 points to get the season going, and a big player for Leeds United with the winner. Anton Stach's free kick found a way past Matt Sells, who got a hand to it, but not a big enough hand in the end. And for Oliver Glasner and his first game in charge of Nottingham Forest, well, it's ended in defeat. Their poor home record from last season. Start of this one with defeat at home on the opening day. For James Trafford, a clean sheet on his debut as Leeds United pip the match in the end. The final score,
Now we are good, boys.
Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 1.
Well, we always said it was going to be close fought, didn't we? Nothing between them at the break, and it's just that solitary goal that's seen Leeds United beat Forest by a goal to 0. You called it, Philippe. It was close, physical.
Yeah, it was close, physical. We knew set pieces were going to be important.
First game.
I thought Forest lacked a little bit of quality in the last third. They had some half chances, some good chances even, but Leeds takes it.
Adlan?
Yeah, it's a disappointing game for Forest. They could have scored few goals if they pushed them more a little bit, and they were not so attractive. It was a physical game.
If the stream is good, the game audio is good, the volume is good.
The free kick decide this game.
It's not in sync.
To Leeds,
We can
winning
adjust
away
it.
from home on this derby.
Your feedbacks are most welcome, boys.
The first away victory in the Premier League this season. It's gone the way of Leeds United. For Glasgow and Nottingham Forest, they will go again to Portman Road. We go where Ipswich Town have beaten Sunderland by 2 goals to 1. A late goal again from that man there, Jack Clark. 16 last season. 1 today, and Ipswich have won. Ciso as well. Emerson, performance from him. 12 new signings in the summer. A new boss as well, and Gary O'Neill. The Tractor Boys are up and running. To the Hill Dickinson. Dewsbury Hall, I see, has just come off. And that is his goal that has separated Everton and Crystal Palace, or one of those goals. There you are. 7 additional minutes. We're a bit behind
Nice one,
here,
nice one.
due to an injury that we saw for one of the Palace players, with Everton 2 up. Right, let's join the action until its conclusion at the Hill Dickinson. Leon Osman and Jonathan Beck
did
will
a
take you through the
beautiful
final
tackle
thoughts.
there.
On the side of
boys.
Crystal Palace and Richards there. Everton won't mind having to keep the ball in this corner of the field. I just feel that last bit of energy has just gone from Crystal Palace now.
Oh, nice.
Harrison Armstrong, we thought he got the ball. And there are a couple of moments, one of them goes in. If that Strand Larsen headers either side, maybe if that goes in, they can really mount some late pressure, but
yeah, and it would have done. Everton may have got a bit nervous. They've been in that position before, late on, 2-0 up and conceded goals. So you keep going until the final whistle, but again, good opportunity, good save by Pickford, albeit straight at him.
The press has got it back, Ghana. They could see something up here, and they have, but a bit of a daisy cutter and a dribbly one of that.
I think he thought he was going into a challenge there. Alcarazan went in for a block challenge rather than an actual shot at goal after some really good play from him to win the ball back. That would have been the icing on the cake for Everton.
Let's go.
Sheep uppermost in their minds at the moment, but here come Palace looking for their first goal.
Nice pass, Kevin De Bruyne.
That's just a little overcut, but still, they gave him the chance.
Yeah, made the opportunity brilliantly. First real time that Ellen Roll has been seriously done in a one-on-one situation. Certainly not the first time he slipped in this second half. Talking about his footwork. Once he got into that position, you just expected Pino to hit the target. Certainly be better from there. His manager would have done.
Oh, nice dribbling, bro. Company is there by solid.
30 seconds or so. That has to go firmly back from
High rank life. Thanks, bro. Welcome to this channel. Nice, Donna. Come on.
Well, they've snapped that losing sequence, or that winless sequence from the end of last season, and David Moyes is not going to go 8 games without a win under charge at Everton.
Crazy.
That goes out of play, and we're at the referee's mercy now, really. Paul Tierney has a quick look, has a blow. Full time at Hill Dickinson Stadium, and Everton begin with a bounce. 2-0 to David Moyes' men.
That's how you play, bro.
In Dewsbury Hall, Tiano Barry with the goals. Crystal Palace had a good first half, couldn't match that in the second, and Pierre Sage on his debut in the dugout suffers a debut defeat. They were too good in the end, Everton. Managed the game to its conclusion. Palace created enough to get something. Once again, it's a conversion issue. The first Everton game under a new Prime Minister goes the way of Everton.
Nice tackle, Modric. Nice tackle. The old legs.
It's a good start. And a winning start for David Moyes. They've taken it by 2 goals to 0.
There you are. Fine goal from Dewsbury Hall.
Too good.
And a goal for Tiano Barry, heaping concern and a bit of misery as well. Sage, the coach of Crystal Palace, who one wonders whether both predicted Palace would be there or thereabouts. But Everton, fine start.
Yeah, it's always difficult to go up to Everton. Under David Moyes at home, they're really strong. They make it really difficult for the opposition. And today, a little bit more quality. Dewsbury Hall with a great shot and attacking flair, with Tiano Barry. They were really interesting going forward on the counter. So it's always going to be difficult to go up there on the first game. And for Palace and for the manager to really adapt fast to this league, he will have to understand that you need to compete, especially away from home.
So Everton with the victory today against Palace.
Too much.
Which beats Sunderland, Leeds.
Second
victory over Nottingham Forest. If you had just joined us, Hull City 2-0 wins against Manchester United.
Nice defending, Nico.
That winning feeling for David Moyes and the Toffees. And questions, I think. For Palace going forward?
It's still early to say, but we could see the difference between an experienced Premier League manager where he's been there for a long time and against Pierre Sage, who just arrived. It's something that he needs to level up quite quickly because this demanding league asks a lot and you have to be there from the beginning. But to lose away from home like this against an Everton team that has a quality player, they are missing some players as well in Crystal Palace, so that's for them. They need to quickly get back to the game, and when they play at home next game, really adapt to this league because it's going to be hard for them for sure.
Well, you're watching Super Saturday here on beIN Sports. 4 games down, 1 to go. And we'll be building up to the game at the G-Tech. Brentford Spurs on the way.
Again, bro, easy square. Why? You did all the best part there and still you failed it, bro. The squared it to Haaland, huh? That could have been the easiest goal there.
بس قدر غير
تخيل صيف وتحت الشمس واشرب كرك عاد. ها مباراة كل شيء في قطر قريب من كل شيء. يا عيال هذه اعلى تعليق في العالم. يبا عادي نمدد يومين. بنمدد اسبوع.
وصلنا لقرار السفر اتجاه اخر لحظه صحيح؟
صحيح القرار تاخر لكن الحجز ما اخذ وقت. وكيف رتبت الطيران والفندق بهالسرعه؟ لعبناها صح كل شيء من تطبيق المطار.
يعني ما كانت صفقه صعبه؟
بالعكس كم من ضغطه وانحسمت الامور.
طيب استاذ وش خطتك الموسم الجاي؟
نفس الخطه بس الوجه ثاني.
مع تطبيق المطار احسم انتقالك طيرانك وفندقك في مكان واحد.
Why aren't we moving? What happened? You okay? Is he okay? Huh? What's holding you back? Is it the weather? Want me to clean your window?
Nice play, boys.
Why isn't he moving? Tell him to move.
That was to Modric, right?
Why?
Because you're a different person when you're hungry.
Better? Better.
You're not
Really,
eating.
Cabela.
أنا زين.
جاي اهو.
Different words. One bank.
الحلقات يا ودي بس الحين احسن.
This Khan is saving everything, man. What should I do, bro?
Here, take a Snickers. Better?
Better.
Over £230 million spent, but look how it changes Tottenham's formation. Van Heek, Senesi and Robertson all in that back line. Tonali alongside Bergvall. A note from De Zerbi. Bergvall is 100% staying on to his brilliant performance in the World Cup. A lot of attention, many attracted to him. And then, of course, the fact that I know a lot of the fans are disappointed that Fernandes is on the bench. De Zerbi wasn't asked about it in the pre-match press conference. We think that's just fitness and choosing the right moment to bring him into the starting lineup here today. Richarlison continues to lead the line, but really good news that Solanke is on the bench. Indoor training, maybe a bit of smoke and mirrors there from De Zerbi, with Maddison also fit to be on the bench and training well. Morgan Gallagher and Tell making up the midfield behind them, and a very special moment for Archie Gray. At 20 years and 163 days, he steps up to be captain for this encounter, with Mickey van der Ven and Perrault both injured for this encounter. A proud moment to a player that's had to play out of position and be a bit of a deputy for his time, but really trying to shape up to prove himself as a player not just worthy of Tottenham, but maybe international calls up in the future. Certainly impressed De Zerbi with his leadership duties. A great transfer window as well for Brentford, who had a brilliant 7-0 win over Eintracht Frankfurt. Absolutely no surprise that that team was unchanged. Sagari making his impact on his arrival here at the club. And Sade and Thiago, well, they're firing already. Thiago has 3 goals in pre-season training, 2 against Eintracht Frankfurt, 1 against Rennes. Eintracht Frankfurt, though, the star really was Sade. 2 goals and 2 assists. A terrifying prospect for Tottenham to have to defend against here today.
Here are your Super Saturday headlines. Joy for Hull. They beat Manchester United by 2-0 in Yorkshire. Late drama at Portman Road. Victory for the Tractor Boys against Sunderland. Jack Clark with the winner. Everton winners today against Crystal Palace. Dewsbury Hall with a brilliant goal, and Barry in the action as well. And there was just one goal at the City Ground, and it's gone the way of Leeds United. They've beaten Forest. So, match week 1. We're getting there. Arsenal beat Coventry City by 3-0 on Friday Night Football. Hull City 2, Manchester United 0, Everton 2, Palace 0, Ipswich Town 2, Sunderland 1, and we've just seen Leeds United beat Forest by 1-0. Brentford, Spurs to come.
Hey,
It's starting to take shape, isn't it? Almost. And let's start with the game in Hull. No one predicted this one, did they?
No one, yes, even us. I think it was a perfect start from them. They were in front foot. They didn't have the possession too much, but they were very resilient, and they deserved to get this goal coming from set pieces, corner kick. Well done from Oli McBurney with this volley, and great goal from them. This as well, delivery, fantastic delivery, and great level from them.
Nice.
2 set pieces that dictate and decide the game.
So here's the set plays, and once again the intensity was there. Hull City 2, Manchester United 0. Let's hear from both managers.
Sergei, huge congratulations on a winning start for Hull in the Premier League. Just how proud are you of that performance from your team?
I'm very proud, of course, because we were good there with intensity, with strength in the challenges. Also, it was not easy, of course, because we knew that we will be out of possession, but also we were compact there on front foot, so when we steal the ball...
Come on, KDB, that was for Modric, not for
excellent
Eusebio.
Saturday, so everything is very, very good, and this is a big boost for us.
Yeah, 2 set-piece goals. How valuable will they be for Hull this season?
Very, because we struggled last season with this set piece. I don't know how many we scored, maybe 2, 3. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I like when we try to prepare something during the week, and then we show that on game day.
It's the first time Hull have beaten Manchester United in the league in 52 years. That must make you so proud of what you've achieved today.
Yes, I'm very proud. I didn't know about this information, but it's good that we break one record.
Good.
What about your new signings as well? Because there was a clean sheet out there for the goalkeeper, also for Noble Mendy, who got a goal as well as the clean sheet too.
They played very, very good, very big concentration on the pitch, and we didn't allow any clear chances. I can say this on Mbuemo chase when he sprinted with Paddy McNair, but it was not clean shot, and I'm very, very pleased with them, because we have to know each other better, and as soon as possible we will reach that. It will be even better.
Michael, not the start you would have hoped for today. What did you make of your team's performance?
Yes, some was okay.
Next match, boys who were watching the stream, drop a like.
Going to be perfect
so
today,
the
but I think
stream reaches more people.
Going behind and giving ourselves a lot to do makes it more difficult. Probably a typical one of those games with a new promoted team at home. We can't give them much. They've got a lot to hold on to, and then after that we had moments, we had opportunities, we just didn't have that spark to then put the chances away or create any more. So yeah, listen, we're bitterly disappointed with the result today, but it won't knock us.
Yeah, what are those areas particularly that you think you need to work on after this?
I'm not going into areas now. I think it's for us to know, and we'll keep improving through the week and through the games, and when we keep getting stronger as a group. So that'll come. Today's a game with we can't ignore it. We've got a lot to learn from it, and we will.
How frustrating is it to see 2 goals conceded from set pieces?
2 goals conceded anyways is frustrating. Yeah, for sure, set plays. So we've been pretty good at it really over a period of time, and that was the decided the game today. So of course, you know, there's things to improve on. That's one of them from today, which is pretty obvious to say, but in general we've been pretty good. So again, one game doesn't change the whole direction of everything, and we know that, but we still got to be aware of what we need to get better at.
What's the job like now then to ensure that a result like this isn't deflating both for the group and for the fans?
That's one game, you know. It's one game. It's the first game of the season, so it's disappointing enough, and it hurts. Of course, it does. But it's one game, so it doesn't change direction all of a sudden. The whole course of what direction the team's going in on the football club, and we'll stay calm and stay in the bubble and focus on next week.
Well, Michael Carrick was asked what needs to change, what needs to be worked on. His answer, well, he didn't really say much, did he, though? So what concerns you the most, Philip? What do they need to change?
Well, the aggressiveness, defending set pieces, I think that's a key, and getting out to the crosser, the people who cross the ball, they need to get out to them a little bit faster to block those crosses. I think they struggle on those 2 occasions. But it's more about the attitude. You know, when you can see it on a set piece, it's about the attitude and the willingness to defend. And maybe there was 2 or 3 players who weren't so aware of what was happening and what the danger was coming from.
Up next for Manchester United are Ipswich Town next week. Track the boys are in action today, and like Hull City, the newly promoted side.
Oh my God, bro! Come on, guys.
So again, the pace, very unselfish here. For Ipswich,
the drag dog was too good there, bro.
He recovers the ball, reads the centre back really well, then goes on a nice dribble and still has the awareness at the end of it. Look, you see, he just reads him really well and then starts to go. He glides past this defender and then has the awareness to put his centre forward in. And yeah, fantastic from Enciso.
And then this equaliser from Angulo.
That's amazing free kick. The technique, the power, this is a perfect free kick to take, and he ended up with a perfect goal. Great goal from Angulo, and the keeper couldn't do anything on this one.
It's a lovely goal. Not in the corner, but it's the pace of the shot that's taken it past Sherpen, who also made a great save as well in that first half. And not much to talk about in the second half. However, the winning goal. Late goals are plenty last season in the Championship.
Come on, yeah.
16 tonight.
They'll be disappointed to try to build up from the back mistake from Alderete, who gives the ball away, and great awareness again. Clark, who came on for Enciso, and we can see the quality in the last third.
I'll make that point again. 12 signings for Gary O'Neill's team. It was discussed already. How do you keep everyone happy?
Yeah, and they had the experience before when they spent a lot of money 2 years or 3 years ago, and it was not productive.
Let's go to the Hill Dickinson, where Everton were in action against Crystal Palace. And I have to say, Palace were very good in the first half. Plenty of chances. Pull off a save from Pickford as well. On a day where we saw the Toffees win by 2-0 and the concerns of Palace and Saj.
This pass from
That is the save.
Bro, you could have finished it, bro.
How do we judge Everton?
Like very, very professional. They were structured. They played a good game. They had some chances, and they had this spark up front. Iliman as well on the front foot. He was fantastic, driving the ball forward, and Barry finishing those actions. So this is sometimes things has to go your way. Mateta didn't have that in that first half. And this is the difference here. Dewsbury, when he has a chance, great shot, great goal. Even the trajectory of the ball is fantastic. We've seen some great goals today.
We're talking top 6, top 7?
We're getting excited after the first game of the season. A great opening day. Look, they had the opportunity to play at home, and they were solid. They rode through the difficult times in the first half. There was 3 maybe big chances for Palace, and it went their way. And then they took their chance. This is a great cross, Iliman Ndiaye. Great cross. The goalkeeper hesitates, just doesn't come out, and Tierno Barry, great elevation and good goal. For him, it's good. He gets his counter started. Be exciting season.
This guy is getting a lot of help, bro.
And still they came for the third, but in the end 2 was enough for David Moyes. Job done against Crystal Palace. The Hill Dickinson. Elsewhere today, former home of Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. I think some good saves in this one.
Yeah, I think today we've seen some great saves, especially in this game. We had good moments, good chances, but it was not fully understand. This is
an orange.
Yeah,
there was one.
Yeah.
Would you say? Yeah.
You know, some referee will give the red card in there. You know, because I believe the player here, look, because he's lucky not being injured there. If he was injured, maybe he goes back to the VAR and give him a red card, but this was a bad challenge.
Conflict.
Yeah, for me, it's red card. He's not in control. The leg of Justin just stays stuck underneath. It's a dangerous challenge.
You're right, though.
You are
another game. Red card.
He's got a follow and like, boys.
That's the closest chance for
Milenkovic off the post, yeah.
We didn't see that spark up front where Igor Jesus got the ball, tried to dribble or try to shoot.
But it will take time under glass, no?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Long throws, set pieces. We saw that today.
Goalkeepers.
Yeah.
In all of the games, we've seen great save. I think this is what can make the difference sometimes when you have a goalkeeper who can save you if you score a goal, and he couldn't do anything.
And we had to wait a while for the winner. The only goal at the City Ground. Well, he's frustrated, isn't he? But Anton Stack has got it.
But I think he should have put at least 3 on the wall because the ball is still close to the box. If you have 3 or maybe even 4, you might protect the keeper. Probably.
Very good Leeds United last season, and they've started off with a victory. Oliver Glasgow and Forest will have to go again. So anyway, one more game to go on Super Saturday here on beIN Sports. We will head to London. Plenty of changes for Brentford and Spurs as well. They've delved into the transfer market. We get underway when we return.
تخيل سيبه تحت الشمس واشرب كرك عاد. مباراة.
Here, take a Snickers. Better? Better.
أنا زي
جاي اهو.
First of all, borrow the contract. Thank you. Hey, Jack, come on.
Different words, one bank.
Why aren't we moving? What happened? You okay? Is he okay? What's holding you back?
Bro, come on.
Is it the weather? Want me to clean your window? Is it the tires? Do you need a push? Why isn't he moving? Tell him to move. What?
Here, take a Snickers.
Why?
Because you're a different person when you're hungry. Better?
Better.
You're not you when you're hungry.
وصلنا لقرار السفر الجان آخر لحظة صحيح؟ صحيح القرار تأخر لكن الحجز ما أخذ وقت. وكيف رتبت الطيران والفندق بهالسرعة؟ لعبناها صح كل شيء تطبيق المطار.
يعني ما كانت صفقة صعبة.
بالعكس كم من ضغط.
Come on guys, this guy is getting a lot of luck today boys.
طيب أستاذ وش خطتك الموسم الجاي؟ نفس الخطة بس الوجه ثاني.
مع تطبيق المطار احسم انتقالك، طيرانك وفندقك في مكان واحد.
Keith, your second season here as well. Do you feel less changes than the previous one and perhaps a more settled summer?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I do feel more comfortable, and the pre-season has been pretty settled compared to 12 months ago. I think that's fair to say. That doesn't guarantee you anything, of course. We're not taking the season lightly, never take opposition lightly, obviously. And today's a really good example of that. It's a very talented set of players and a very experienced coach.
In terms of the new players, I think fans will be excited to see Mamadou Sangare. What would he bring to your team?
A lot, hopefully. He's settled in pretty quickly, really smoothly, added certain attributes that complement the rest of our midfield, I think, really well. And he started already, granted it's been pre-season, he started in a really good fashion.
When you talk about those attributes, is it the physicality that you want him to bring to your side?
That's part of it, yeah, for sure. He's added a little bit of steel. He's a very good player. He's an all-round centre midfielder. He's a throwback for me in terms of not being pigeonholed in a certain stereotypical modern-day position. He can do a bit of everything.
This is a much-changed Spurs team from last season. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, it is clearly with the personnel that they brought in over the summer. The players themselves individually are very familiar to us from where we've experienced them in the past at their respective clubs.
Let's go, Eusebio. Let's go. That's how you score. Come on.
So we know they do well.
The bro was riding his luck.
Roberto, fans will be looking forward to seeing new faces in your side today. You have 3 of the 4 defenders making their debuts. How comfortable are you with what they've done pre-season?
I have a big confidence because all 3 are very important players with experience, with qualities. They already are working from one month, and no problem with them.
Come on, that
Archie
was
Gray
a beautiful
becomes
play
the youngest
there.
ever Spurs captain as well. What an honour that is for him. Tell us about his character and his characteristics.
Well, he's very young, but he's a big guy, a big personality, great behavior, and he deserves to be a captain today. I think he can't suffer too much pressure because
bro.
he's an important player for us from a long time.
There you are, Roberto De Zerbi. Successive 17th place finishes. Just shows you how fast Spurs have fallen, really. Big season for them. They spent big in the summer. De Zerbi in his press conference saying yesterday they've got to find their soul, the players. So surely no excuses this time around. You can buy new players, big players. Can you buy belief?
Can you buy belief? Yeah, in the signings and in backing your manager. I think this is his first full season at Spurs, and you can see in the signings these are type of players that Roberto De Zerbi has chosen, has been part of the selection process, and I think this gives confidence to the squad. Great to see this boy captaining the side today. I thought he's been great, playing out of position, and it's been a good example to follow. But to see the new signings, how Roberto De Zerbi says that they have adapted well to the way he wants to play. Be surprised to see them today away from home.
Yeah. So what would be the perfect finish for Spurs this season? The one that would satisfy Europe?
They need to get back in Europe.
In Europe,
club of this
after what's happened to
magnitude, with the investment that they've made into the squad, with the new stadium, Spurs needs to come back to Europe.
They had difficulties last season to win at home. I think it's the moment to show under De Zerbi that they can be strong and they can be a fortress in this new stadium. He has a specific style of coaching in De Zerbi, which is very attacking and looking forward.
Nice goal,
attractive.
bro. Nice finish.
But they
there.
need to make the result now. It's been 2 years that Tottenham has been too down into this table. Now they have to go back to Europe and show that they deserve to be one of the toppest team in this Premier League.
And when you look at Brentford, talking Thomas Frank, no one expected Keith Andrews to go in there and do a good job, probably even a better job.
Yeah,
right.
Keith Andrews, we played together at Watford. He was and he's a bit of introvert. He's someone you don't see him really, but he was a leader inside the team. And since he came to Brentford, he did a really good job. Very pragmatic, but he knows what he wants from his player. The fact that as well they get a new training ground, a new academy, which is unbelievable, a new stadium that makes them back to the top of London clubs. So this is the moment for him to prove and to show that they deserve to be in the Premier League and even higher than what they did last year.
Some of the signings for Spurs, Van Hecke and Senesi, 2 of the 4. And then Robertson, of course, on that left-hand side with Sandro Tonali in the middle. So it is a new look Tottenham Hotspur team. How quickly they gel. It'll be interesting to see how they do play at home. As you mentioned, the point about their record at home last season.
Yes. And what's interesting is that they have a lot of them Premier League experience, and I think this helps with to adapt to the Premier League. Roberto De Zerbi knows how challenging this league is, and of course, this type of players that he signed, he wants them to adapt as soon as possible.
Brentford, the side that you'd hate playing against?
Yeah, it's hard to beat, especially last year with Thiago. He scored so many goals, he was fantastic, he did so well, and this is a team that when you're going to go there, it's not going to be easy. You have to maneuver well the ball, you have to be very steady because they can score, and they are a team that have the potential to be in Europe again. So that's going to be hard for Tottenham tonight because they play away from home, it's a derby. And they have to show and they have to up the level and get straight to adapting the Zerbi style.
We're seeing Hull City beat Manchester United in our first of a triple header. Ipswich Town beat Sunderland by 2-1. Everton 2-0 winners against Crystal Palace, and Leeds United put just that 1 goal past Nottingham Forest, but a big victory for them at the City Ground. Now it is over to you, Brentford and Tottenham Hotspur. Our last game of Super Saturday. Your commentators at the GTEC, Paul Robinson, and he's alongside John Champion.
The first of 30 London derbies in the Premier League this season. Brentford off the back of a 7-0 victory to conclude their preparations against Eintracht Frankfurt here last weekend. Spurs unbeaten in their pre-season. Tottenham in their changed colours, and an early touch for newly arrived left-back Andy Robertson, playing by Quabine Kelleher. First involvement for Sangare. Brentford are pinning high hopes. It's been a different sort of a summer for Brentford. Usually they have to sell one of their higher profile players. It was Ivan Toney, then it was Mbermo, then it was Wissa. This year they've more or less been able to keep the crew together.
Yeah, brought 3 new signings in, none of which Premier League experience, but actually they did so well last season. The manager felt with the squad that he's got at his disposal that he could do the same again, and there's no point in bringing players into a setup unless you're bringing in better than what you've already got.
Referee playing advantage, the referee being Michael Oliver. Michael Coyote.
They are very good.
Robertson and Tell attempting to sort matters out between them. Jensen. Sangare. Joaquin Lewis Potter. Sharda. The referee right on the spot to give the free kick.
There's always a problem, Kevin Sharda down that left-hand side. Two teams that play in a very, very similar formation. Rely heavily on their wide players. He's very sharp, Kevin Sharda. He looks, he knows, he sees the space in between the two Tottenham players. Exploits Van Hecker and draws the foul.
Thiago waits. Jan Elton Jensen over the ball. Leaves it for Jensen. And that will be a corner.
They're very deep there, Tottenham. It's a strange defensive line. Look how deep they are on top of Kinski. Delivery's right, he just needs a touch. And Robertson gets that touch at the near post, and thankfully for him, it goes over the crossbar.
Goalkeeper's expertise. Sun a problem for Kinski in the first half?
The sun would be a problem for Kinski, and also that defensive line would have been a problem for him because it didn't give you an opportunity to come off your line and attack the ball.
Jensen. And Lewis Potter. They're appealing for handball. Still in play with Sharda.
The squad voice.
Berival losing out. Brentford off to a front foot start, and it's wide off Collins at the end of it.
Well, that's a great early opportunity for the home side there. Nathan Collins finds himself in space in the middle of the pitch. Bergvall loses possession and Tottenham are exposed. It's a lovely ball into the box. I don't think Collins realises the time and space that he's actually got. It's the initial corner from the left-hand side. It's a great ball in to lose Potter, who hits the ball very well. Set plays are key for Brentford.
Nice. Good goal, good goal.
To be Conor Gallagher, against whom the handball shout was. It wasn't a conclusive angle that we saw there. What is safe to say is that VAR will have scrutinised it and decided there was no need for further action. Jensen, Sharda. Sangare. Kevin Sharda. The Spurs player, it's out for a goal kick.
Started sharply at Brentford, especially down that left-hand side with Kevin Sharda. Goes wide and then he cuts inside and he finds himself a lot of space. He's got the beat and the Bergvall for pace. Tries to get around the outside, his touch just lets him down in the end.
Positive opening from the hosts. 4 efforts on goal already.
Hey. Bro, how he pushed me, God only knows. Christopher Ayer. Conor Gallagher crumbling.
It's twice he's been caught in the early stages here, Conor Gallagher, on the back of his right ankle. I think he made a lot of that. Just playing the ball away. Collins just catches Gallagher on the way out.
Come on, man.
Plenty here who are unavailable to Spurs, including a World Cup winner on the left there in Pedro Porro. 7 senior players not available for selection today. Either through injury or
easy passes,
a
guys.
lack of prime match fitness. Lewis Potter. Well, they continue to ooze threat and danger, Brentford, and Spurs are leading a charmed life.
Oh, that's wonderful pull-back play from Keane Lewis Potter down the left-hand side. Takes Archie Gray one way, quickly reverses it, gets past the Tottenham fullback. It's an extremely dangerous ball into the box. Van Hecker not really sure what to do with it, ends up coming off the Tottenham defender and going out for another corner.
Vitaly Janelt will take this one. Smile waiting to attack the edge of the 6-yard box from deep. It's beyond him.
Once again, it's a clever set play from Brentford. Tottenham not sure whether to man mark or marks only. One ball to the far post, 2-3 Brentford players completely unmarked. It's a simple set play, but it works effectively. And Tara is at the far post.
Nice.
Andrews at the start of his second season in charge. Very seamless transition from Thomas Frank.
I think he's done superbly well. I played with Keith at Blackburn, and I don't think he'll mind me saying he's a better manager than he was player. And I think he certainly served his apprenticeship when you look at what he's done. Assistant at MK Dons, the Republic of Ireland, the under-21s in the first team, Sheffield United under Chris Wilder. He's learnt from some of the best managers in the game, and he's certainly served his apprenticeship to get to where he has done now.
He told me you're a better co-commentator than you were a player.
And that's possibly a fair comment as well.
We are in the presence of celebrity today. John Bon Jovi is amongst the crowd. You never know who you're going to meet at Brentford. Last time I was here, it was Claudia Schiffer.
And tell our viewers where you met Claudia Schiffer.
Outside the toilets. Tell. Gallagher. Opened up a little for him.
First real venture into Brentford territory for Tottenham. There's Tell, quick feet, 1-2 with Richarlison around the corner. And Conor Gallagher's good at picking up those little pockets of space in between the midfield and defence. Can't apply the finish this time, but it's good spatial awareness.
Shada, pursued by Igor Thiago, tied it up by Senesi. Without total success. Archie Gray. The free kick has been given, flipped by Jensen.
Just another example of Brentford not afraid to mix it up. They'll play football in the right areas, but they won't play for the sake of playing. We see teams passing the ball out from the back, trying to what we call break through the lines and draw the other teams out, whereas Brentford are not afraid to go from back to front. If it's not on, they won't put the ball at risk.
It's a glorious day in the English capital, as you can perhaps gather from the sunshine. Nice temperature, not too hot, nowhere near the levels that we've had in recent weeks in the UK. The brighter start has been made by the home team. Lewis Potter. Janelt. Sangare. And he'll continue his run, Sangare, and tees up Keane Lewis Potter. Well, all the talk in the close season has been the impact that Sangare might be able to make. And he's teed up a goal within 12 minutes of his first touch of a football for the Bees.
Twitter is in a bloodbath, boys.
Simple, effective and incisive.
It's a wonderful piece of interaction, it really is. It's quick, moving the ball. Sangare initially gets the ball, he plays a 1-2 with Utara. It's such a simple move. Cuts Tottenham wide open. Keane Lewis Potter takes a very clever position. He doesn't get sucked into running into the 6-yard box. He just holds his run, pulls himself away from the 6-yard box. And Sangare has the intelligence and the nous to pull it back. And it's a simple finish for Keane Lewis Potter. A very good piece of play from Brentford.
Everyone is playing 4-4-1-1.
Finished off very neatly by Keane Lewis Potter. With the eye-catching work in its construction from Mamadou Sangare.
It was an excellent 1-2. Him and Utara, they had so much space. The Tottenham defenders didn't know who to pick up. In the end, they picked up neither of them.
Brentford getting their just desserts, they would argue, for a very positive opening here.
We talked about Sangare before the game, the impact that he could have. They've got big expectations for him here at Brentford, and already very early on in this game you can see why, the impact that he's having both offensively and defensively for them.
Oh, very nice angle, huh? Good from him.
Terrible. Richarlison.
Oh, that was a nice idea there. I saw that run.
Clumsy that time from Sangare, and just singing his praises. Catches Richarlison there, dangerous area for Tottenham. The last thing that Brentford want to do is give them a foot
nice
back into this game.
Nice finish, Rivellino. Nice pass by Eusebio. Good boy. Veramari.
James Maddison, who, were he fully fit and in the starting lineup, would really have fancied this position. Making his way back from long-term injury. Instead, it's Matty's Tell.
Best of executions there from Tell. I'm not so sure that the goalkeeper Kelleher had too pleased with his wall, the way that it was dismantled. Comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper, but it looked to go straight through the wall.
Doku, bro, crazy finish, man, crazy finish that was.
Sharda.
Oh boy.
There's Gray. Tonali. Richarlison.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
Sharda again winning it in the air.
Again, another example of Brentford not afraid to go long, play football in the right areas, and they win the long throw-ins, set plays, long throws. It was a huge part of their game last season.
Across jogs Michael Coyote, a long throw expert. Fools us all by taking it short. Janelt. What are you grinning at?
It's just that he fools it all. It's a commentator, isn't it? As we say, long throw, big part of their game, and guess what? They throw it short.
We are quite, as a breed, easy to fool.
But when you look at their record, I mean, they scored the most goals, 6 from set plays, and generated the highest XG from long throw-ins last season. So you would expect them to have thrown it long. I'll let you off that one.
Thank you. Lewis Potter. Sangare. Gray. Mikey Moore, who we've barely seen so far. 19-year-old winger, who has grown up somewhat in his year on loan in Scottish football with Rangers. It's a Brentford free kick.
They're smothering Tottenham at the moment, Brentford, trying to win the ball back very quickly within 1 or 2 passes. Tottenham haven't really got any kind of foothold in this game at all, and they haven't been allowed to do that the way that Brentford have pressed them.
Lewis Potter. Collins. Ayer. Igor Thiago. Flag is up.
Once again, it's a real scare from Tottenham, I think, because Brentford had such an emphasis on set plays. They're mixing it up this season. Down on this near side, Collins strays offside. He shouldn't be offside because he's looking the whole way along the line. It's a glorious chance for Thiago when you would have expected him to take it.
As a former pro, how would you describe the expectation within when you're approaching and then playing in the opening game of a brand new season?
Expectation, anticipation, excitement, nerves, a mixture of everything. I think when you're coming into a new season, especially one that Tottenham are coming off the back of, you're thinking things are only going to get better. And when you've spent the amount of money that they have and the players that have come through the door, there's a huge expectation because you feel it as well. You're excited when you look around the dressing room and all of a sudden you see not necessarily the players that you expected to be there, but maybe some of the, for want of a bad phrase, the bad eggs have been moved on. And there's better players and better personalities in the dressing room. It breeds a good feeling.
Coyote. It's beyond Igor Thiago. And that's been quite the outlay from the Spurs hierarchy. Could approach £400 million if they manage to sign both Savinho and Marmoush. Vinay Venkateshan, the CEO on the right there, Vivian Lewis. Representing ENIC, the owners.
No.
Felt he was tugged back there by Coyote, but it's play on. Sangare relieved to hear the whistle.
Come on, Joku, why you are off?
He's at the heart of everything at the moment, Sangare. Someone's going to get out of the middle of the pitch there. Loses possession, good closing down from Tottenham. Just overzealous from Richarlison. Back to your original point, John, about the millions of pounds getting spent on players coming into the dressing room. It's all well and good, so long as it's not your position.
You want them to score, huh? EA, bloody EA. I can understand what you're trying to do there, EA Sports. Very unfair, guys. Very unfair.
Ouattara. And Robertson did just about enough to hold him off.
It's really intelligent positional play from Andy Robertson. He knows, he senses that Ouattara's on his shoulder and he just gets the run on him, but he puts his body in. Gets in between himself and the goalkeeper and thwarts the danger.
Here is Robertson, 9 years at Liverpool. Van Hecke, who's arrived from Brighton, Senesi from Bournemouth. Tonali for £100 million, a club record fee from Newcastle. Mikey Moore. Again out there for Brentford. Sharda. Put in by Gray.
Counselor, nice move.
Tell. Tonali. Jan-Paul Van Hecke. Senesi to Bereva.
Unlucky, bro. Usually Alvarez scores.
Better from Tottenham, playing in a decent area. Just overhits it there, Bereva. Robertson on this left-hand side providing the width. Just looks to provide a ball in for Richarlison, overhits it. Gallagher can't get in and around the far post.
Swedish international being watched by his manager Graham Potter. Matty's tell. Robertson. Bereva.
Nice.
Tonali.
Out on boys, out on.
Moore.
Hey! That's a beautiful build-up play.
Just not happening for Tottenham at the moment. You can see Roberto De Zerbi down beneath us on the touchline, becoming more and more animated and frustrated in the way that his team are playing. Wants them to play higher up the pitch. Constantly in trouble with the fourth official, relieving his technical area. Stayed quiet for the first 10 minutes or so of the game. He's certainly getting involved now, the Tottenham manager.
Scripting mode is activated, boys.
Brentford's free kick.
Bro, that was a clean tackle, man. I don't know how is the penalty there.
Higher. Igor Thiago. Michael Kayode. Igor Thiago again, this time Dango Ouattara. Against his former Bournemouth teammate, Marcus Senesi.
Oh, nice save.
Good press from Ouattara in that area. Good save. Really need to concede the foul.
4 minutes.
Senesi going back towards his own goal in a dangerous area.
Nice.
Sharda. Igor Thiago. Ouattara making a burst. Brentford build again with keen Lewis Potter.
Nice tackle to Darcy, bro. Nice tackle. Number 9. Yes, good one.
Coyote.
Yes, hold the ball. Yes. There is a pass. Sergio. Yes, back. Yes. Yes.
It's intelligent play from Brentford, rotating the possession. They're pulling Tottenham out of position. You look at where Conor Gallagher's ended up on the pitch sometimes. Richarlison out on this left-hand side. Berryvale as well. They're struggling to pick up these Brentford players because they're mixing up the way that they play.
Hey, nice build-up, guys. Nice build-up.
Ouattara, the player tripped.
How you look? Slow, Man City style build-up. You're done.
Been a constant threat, Thiago, the way that he drops in, lays it off for his teammate. Ouattara, we know he's got the pace to beat defenders. Very intelligent, gets around Senesi that time. I think Tottenham have really struggled to get into this game. Part of their lack of shape and their lack of quality, but also what Brentford have done, the way that they've stopped them and allowing them to get into this game.
And I guess you could argue that Brentford are an established unit, whereas Spurs are still a group of largely unfamiliar individuals. Jensen. Thiago in there to challenge. So too was Michael Coyote.
Once again, they find space in the box. Tottenham zonal marking. Some of the defence drop in, some hold out. He finds time and space there, Coyote. Disappointed that he didn't even hit the target from that opportunity.
Robertson. The combustible Roberto De Zerbi. And the slightly more phlegmatic Keith Andrews. Pushed by Janelt.
People use extensions for this. I have 100 plus players in storage, and when I wanted to swap, it doesn't have.
30 minutes in, and in terms of touches in the opposition box, Brentford lead by 10-1. Gallagher.
I think that stat in itself is very, very telling. It tells you the way that the game's shaping up. Every stat that you look at is in favour of the home side. You can see that on Roberto De Zerbi's face. He's going back to his coaches, looking for answers. He's very active in his technical area. He won't be happy with what he's watching. Had a very, very good pre-season. Tottenham unbeaten in pre-season. A lot of hope, but we've not seen much in the first 30 minutes. Granted, it's still very, very early on in this game.
Igor Thiago. Into Dango Ouattara, whose first touch let him down. And now Spurs can try and go the other way with Tell.
They just can't get any real sustained possession, Tottenham. As soon as they get the ball, Brentford are looking to win it back. Again, an example of a longer straight pass that time. Opens the Tottenham defence up and they get in behind Brentford.
There's that chance again.
Yeah, once again it's the long ball. Now it jumps Van Hecke. It'll be interesting to see whether Utara was offside in the middle when the ball comes in from Thiago. It was a poor first touch that let him down. They've been very, very close. VAR would have had another look, but it's just the ease that they're getting Tottenham opened up with those long balls over the top.
Jensen winning it from Berivar and lining one up, and it came out to Janelt, who tucks it in for two.
Okay, boys, the new 98 plus putty sticks are here.
In their own downfall.
Let's see.
And Brentford on the opening Saturday sailing along very nicely indeed.
He won't get many easier finishes, Janelt, throughout this season. Tottenham heads bowed, looking for answers. Really good from Brentford at the start of this game, but they're not having to do a lot to get through this Tottenham defence. First of all, they surrender possession.
9 squads.
Charlison in the middle of his own half
Yeah,
loses
drunk
the ball.
boys.
Berival really poor and weak in the challenge. It's a decent strike from Jensen, but the goalkeeper's got to do so much better. If he's not going to catch it, he's got to push it out into an area. Instead, he pushes it straight in front of him.
9 squads.
Straight into Janelt, taps it into an empty net. Really poor from Kinski. As a goalkeeper, if you're not going to catch that, that's got to go out the 18-yard box. You get two solid hands on it and you push it out the danger area.
We will do this
Instead,
also,
he does
guys.
neither catches it nor pushes it away, palms it straight into danger, and that man says thank you very much.
9 squads. Mad.
You don't get too many goals from Vitaly Janelt. He greatly enjoyed that moment. You can see the first yellow card now for Conor Gallagher.
Frustration from Conor Gallagher chasing the ball again. He spent most of this first
33
and a half minutes running around the field chasing the ball.
If you are De Zerbi, are you angrier with your goalkeeper or with Lucas Berival for failing to make a challenge that he should have made to stem that move?
Well, you can pick the bones out of that any way you want. It was a poor ball from the goalkeeper originally into Richarlison with his facing his own goal. He then puts Berival in trouble with the pass that he gave him. It was a weak attempted challenge from Berival. And then the goalkeeper, I mean, it's an obvious mistake from the goalkeeper. 3 or 4 mistakes lead to a goal. I mean, we play in one of the hardest, fastest leagues in the world. 1 mistake costs you, never mind 3.
There's Van Hecke, Berival. Surrendering it to Schade. Igor Thiago. Really not how Spurs had it scripted on opening day for them. Supposed to be leaving behind the turmoil and the perils of the past couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And maybe they will when everyone's settled. Today it's hard going. They find themselves 2 goals behind at a stadium where they've never previously lost.
Only 2 teams not to win a game from a losing position last season, which is a worrying stat for this Tottenham team. But they haven't looked anywhere near what we expected from them. As we said, a great pre-season. De Zerbi must be scratching his head with the team that he's put out and how he's getting this type of performance from them. But credit Brentford the way that they've adapted themselves.
Keane Lewis Potter, who scored their first today. Coyote, Ouattara, Van Hecke made the block at some personal cost, and he gets a free kick his way.
It was brave from Van Hecke, as you could see that Ouattara was just about to pull his left boot back to hit the ball. Very brave from the Tottenham central defender.
Very much a heart-on-sleeve head coach, Roberto De Zerbi. Appears almost stunned, though, by what he's seen.
He was very animated early, wasn't he? But almost now, when that second goal's gone in, He's gone back and spoke to his coaching staff on a number of occasions, but he's very unmoved on the touchline.
Tell. Tonali. Van Hecker. Gallagher. Moore.
Brentford could Tottenham, man. Crazy. 2-0. They are down, boys.
Tonali.
It's kind of a crazy
It's so easy to defend against at the moment, Tottenham. Everything's getting diverted into the middle of the pitch. We've got Mikey Moore on one side and Tell on the other. But every time they get the ball into those wide areas, everything comes into the middle, which is playing into Brentford's hands. They just pack the middle of the pitch and win the ball back immediately.
Tonali.
So we don't have police, cards, all this thing. Unlimited grind.
Richarlison. Collins simply stronger. Berival attempting to drive Spurs forward. Gallagher. Moore. Tonali. Gallagher. Berival.
Some 85 times 10 and 86 times 10. Hopefully some 99s.
Tell.
3 balls. No dudes, please.
Robertson.
Gallagher, yellow card.
Tonali.
Very nice corner, Gallagher. What's Gallagher? Nice. And injured.
Slightly better from Tottenham in the build-up. I think the finish to that move just about sums up his team's first half. You can see the frustration on his face. He looks to his bench. He'll make changes at half-time. You know that he's not afraid to do that, Roberto De Zerbi. Better interaction from Tottenham, but once again, very narrow, everything coming through the middle of the pitch.
Ouattara. Played away by Gray.
Good person. Dembele. Double Patterson. Whoa, he's 99? Where are the 91s? Sorry, 99s. Come on, yeah. Focus something.
Ouattara. finished by Tell.
You can see the frustration that's creeping in amongst this Tottenham team. There's Tell there on the back of Coyote. It's quite an easy foul to give for the referee right in front of his nose. It's been a performance from Tottenham in the first half that's lacked energy, any kind of real fluidity, togetherness. He's got a big team talk ahead of him, Roberto De Zerbi.
Lacking energy on the opening day of the season.
Yeah, surprising, isn't it? I think that's why we've seen the manager's face so many times on our screen. I think that's something he'll be questioning as well.
Neat. Ouattara. After the touch by Sangare.
He's been good, Sangare. Been excellent in the middle of the pitch there. Once again, 1-2s around the in and around the edge of the Tottenham box. Poor finish in the end. Tottenham once again not getting close enough to the Brentford players.
Spurs only conceded 2 first-half goals in their 7 Premier League matches combined under De Zerbi. In the salvage mission at the end of last season, they've conceded 2 already here. We're being told that we're likely to get 1 additional minute at the end of the first half. Sharda. 3 chasing it for Brentford, led by Ouattara. Coyote.
Frustrated with himself, Coyote. Again, you can see that Tottenham high line getting exposed. Ouattara running across the pitch, dragging Robertson across. Easy ball into the box. Disappointed that he didn't hit the target there, Coyote arriving late. But again, they're not having to do that much to expose this Tottenham back four. The high line, the ball in behind, works every time.
Sharda, Igor Thiago, given away by Sangare.
That is Kanni break. That we saw, na, that day.
And it's turned into a first half that's been everything that Spurs hoped, indeed prayed it wouldn't be.
Wait.
6 new players. Possibly 2 more on the way from Manchester City. Enormous expenditure. But no evidence here, at least, of much of an uptick. Gray.
This one?
Beraval. Senesi. And that is half-time, and the Brentford supporters rising as one to salute their team. De Zerbi marches off down the tunnel with plenty to do to lift his men. Lewis Potter and Janelt with the goals, and Brentford richly deserve a half-time score in their favour of Brentford 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
£300 million spent this summer at Tottenham Hotspur. They trail Brentford by 2-0. A couple of errors in there as well, which we've discussed with Philippe Senderos and Adlan Guedioura in due course. But Brentford at home, always difficult to beat, as we were saying before kick-off. And it's a very healthy scoreline at the G-Tech. Lewis Potter. And a rare goal from Janelt as well. Brentford 2-up on Super Saturday.
أنا زي
اهلا الاخبار. 5-4 جاي اهو.
Terzo gol. Borrate da accanto alla palla. Thank you. جايكم الحين.
Different words, one bank.
وصلنا لقرار السفر الجاي اخر لحظه صحيح؟ صحيح القرار تاخر لكن الحجز ما اخذ وقت. وكيف رتبت الطيران والفندق بهالسرعه؟ لعبناها صح كل شيء من تطبيق المطار.
يعني ما كانت صفقة صعبة؟
بالعكس كم من ضغطه وانحسمت الامور. استاذي كيف كانت رحلتك استاذي؟ طيب استاذ وش خطتك الموسم الجاي؟ نفس الخطه بس الوجهه ثانيه.
مع تطبيق المطار احسم انتقالك، طيرانك وفندقك في مكان واحد.
ما احب اسافر في الصيف
بس قدر غير.
تخيل صيف وتحت الشمس واشرب كرك عادي. ها براك وبراك كل شيء في قطر قريب من كل شيء. يا عيال هذه اعلى تعليق في العالم. يبا عادي نمدد يومين. بنمدد اسبوع.
United by football again. Connected by BN always. Follow Europe's biggest leagues live and exclusively on BN. And never miss a second of the drama. Subscribe now. bn.com/leagues27.
You're watching Super Saturday here on beIN Sports, live European football across the weekend. Espanyol play host to Real Madrid, Rennes, Paris Saint-Germain, Elche host Barcelona. Challenge choices to the right across Saturday and Sunday. Well, at the GTEC, Brentford 2, Spurs 0. Brentford looked quite compact, very good in that first half.
Yeah, solid. They didn't let play Tottenham. They never have a chance to start how De Zerbi wants to play, and they were composed, and they play really well. I was impressed by the fact that they look like the team who spent 300 million, to be honest, more than Tottenham. But this is how you have to start the season. This is how you have to start the first half, and they've been productive at the end. So they scored 2 great goals, fantastic from them, and hopefully they can carry on into the second half.
What's impressive?
No, movie, essa movie not coming. As movie, it's not coming, right? It means OTT also being not able to find.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أيها الأحبة الرياضيين متابعي قنوات BN سبورتس أينما كنتم وأينما تواجدتم، أسعد الله أوقاتكم بكل خير. أهلا ومرحبا بكم من أرضية ملعب سيتي جراوند، نعم مسرح نادي نوتنغهام فورست. في موسم جديد. يعود الدوري الإنجليزي مرة أخرى لموسم 26-27. يعود الدوري الإنجليزي الممتاز اللي يعتبر أكثر من مجرد مسابقة كروية، بل إنه يعتبر مسرح عالمي تتجسد فيه الإثارة وتكتب فيه أعظم قصص التحدي والانتصار. هنا نعم لا مكان للتوقعات المسبقة. في كل جولة تحمل مفاجآت تقلب الموازين، وكل مباراة قد تصنع فيها لحظات قد تروى عبر أجيال. إنه الدوري الذي لا يعرف المستحيل، حيث يتحول الحلم إلى حقيقة مع كل صافرة بداية. الدوري الإنجليزي باختصار هو قلب كرة القدم النابض ووجهتها الأكثر إثارة لعشاق الساحرة المستديرة في كل مكان. الجولة الأولى لمسابقة الدوري الإنجليزي الممتاز، اليوم الأول هال سيتي حقق الانتصار على حساب مانشستر يونايتد بنتيجة 2-0. الجولة الأولى اللي يعود فيها الحماس، تعود المواجهات، تعود المباريات، وتعود أيام الكرة الجميلة جدا عبر شاشات قنوات بين سبورتس. بل يعود صخب الجماهير في المدرجات. عودة كرة القدم الإنجليزية هي عودة إثارة جديدة وعودة تحدي آخر ما بين الأندية وما بين الجماهير على مستوى الفانتسي. نعم كل فريق يامل ويتمنى بأن يكون لديه حضور جيد من خلال هذا الموسم، وكل فريق يامل ويتمنى بأن يقدم نفسه في موسم كروي جديد، بأنه يكون حاضر بقوة من خلال هذا الموسم. نادي نوتنغهام فورست الحاضر في هذا المساء مع السيد كلاسنر اللي يحضر في هذا المساء المدرب اللي صاحب 51 عام أوليفر كلاسنر. جمهور نادي نوتنغهام لابد لبعض الأصوات بأن تسمع في ملعب المباراة، وجمهور نوتنغهام سيتي الحاضر في هذه المواجهة. نوتنغهام فورست في ملعب السيتي جراوند، جمهوره بصوت واحد ينادي بأسماء اللاعبين وبشعار النادي وبتاريخ النادي. نعم الصوت المسموع في ملعب المباراة، ملعب سيتي جراوند الذي يتسع ل30,000 متفرج. الملعب اللي يبدو ممتلئا في مباراة اليوم على مستوى الجولة الأولى، التحدي الأول، البداية الأولى، الانطلاقة الأولى. نادي نوتنغهام اللي في موسمين يعتبر اختلف على مستوى سلم الترتيب. الموسم ما قبل الماضي كان في المركز السابع، لكن الموسم الماضي أنهى بطولة الدوري في المركز السادس عشر. ما بين يدخل في الجانب المقابل هنالك الضيوف نادي ليدز يونايتد اللي يعتبر أنهى الموسم في المركز الرابع عشر، وهو الذي يريد أن يقدم نفسه بحضور ثاني على التوالي منذ عودته من بطولة الشامبيونشيب وتواجده في مسابقة الدوري الإنجليزي الممتاز. أوليفر جلاسنر صاحب 51 عام، الرجل الذي ينضم إلى نادي نوتنغهام بعد مرحلة وفترة كانت حاضرة برفقة كريستال بالاس بعد أن فاز ببطولة كأس الاتحاد ودوري المؤتمر الأوروبي مع كريستال بالاس، واللي تعتبر بمثابة
.com/leagues27.
Here we go. At the top of the hour, Forest Leeds United, Everton Palace, Ipswich Town against Sunderland. Let's cross over to the City Ground and hear from both managers.
Back-to-back Maradona boys. But different versions of Maradona.
Oliver, a new season and a new club for you. How excited are you about the prospect of this season with Nottingham Forest?
I'm very excited. Of course, Premier League starts again, new season, many question marks today. But here playing at home, starting at the City Ground, makes it even more exciting, and we're looking forward to the start of the Premier League.
Your starting 11 today doesn't include either of the outfield players that you signed in the summer. McAtee is in and Cunha is in instead as well. What's the thinking behind that, Oliver?
Usman Diomande just arrived 2 weeks ago, and we want to give him the time to settle in and understanding the way we want to play, and also getting on a top fitness level, what's necessary in the Premier League. And Xaver Schlager, very similar, came late after the World Cup, and so I picked most of the players who had the entire preseason with us because they know how we want to play. They had a very good preseason, and all these players deserve to start today.
Leeds today, what kind of special challenges are you expecting from them this afternoon?
Very physical, duels, pressing very high, playing many balls in behind, big threat in set pieces, and I think Daniel Farke did an amazing job there after a tricky start after their promotion, and then they really did well. I think in the last 9 games of the Premier League, they just lost the last one at West Ham. Before they were 8 games unbeaten, and this shows just the consistency. They had a few signings with Trafford, with Muharemovic, with Harry Wilson as a Premier League experienced player. All the others stayed there, so yeah, will be a good test at the beginning.
Daniel, if the first season back in the Premier League is all about staying in the division, what's the second season all about?
Yeah, the same. You know, second season after promotion is very often difficult because the force of rhythm is a bit away. The expectations are growing a little bit, and you have to make sure that you stay humble, do the basics, and also the teams who finished below us in the table. Nottingham is one of them, but also Tottenham, and you can see what they do on the transfer market. So if we want to establish us on this level and want to be back for good, we need a solid second season. For that, we need to work hard, do the basics, and stay humble.
You've strengthened the squad over the summer. 3 of your new signings start today. Trafford in goal, Tariq in defence, and Harry Wilson in midfield. What will those 3, and Elvedi when he gets his chance, bring to the team?
Yeah, it's also much needed because they have to replace really good players. Caldalo has played in goal really good last season, so we need a new number 1, and we believe in the potential of James, and same as Tariq. Our vice captain Pascal Struijk has left us, was probably our most consistent player in the defence. We needed quality, and Tariq has a potential. Okay, it's his first season in English football. We don't expect miracles straight away, but we believe in his potential. And yeah, what Harry Wilson can do, he has shown last season, and hopefully more of the same also for us.
You finished last season in terrific nick. How important is it to start the new season in similar fashion?
Yeah, start is always important, always crucial. The earlier you win the points and the less pressure you have, it's always good for the mood, for the confidence, and each every point counts. But just to be good in the first 5 game days won't be enough in this league. In the end, if you want to stay up, you need 40 points. This is our first claim, and of course we want to win the points as soon as possible.
Yeah, very safe there. Obviously, Daniel Farke and Leeds United. But for Nottingham Forest, new man, Oliver Glasner, proven winner now in Europe. Can he do for Forest what he did for Palace?
Yeah, of course, when you have an ambitious owner that wants to win titles, he did that with Palace. He wants to have the same thing in Nottingham Forest, and Glasner is well equipped. He knows the league well, he did well, and he has the player to do that with Nottingham Forest. He's a big club with a big past, and it's the moment for Nottingham to start to win title. Might not be the league straight away, but you can have you can go far into the FA Cup. They did, but they didn't win it the last years. They can win the Carabao Cup. This is the thing that you want to see for Nottingham to probably reach Europe as well. So he has the potential, he has the ability. It's a bit surprising coming from Palace to Forest in terms of how the 2 clubs they are together, but he's a proved and established Premier League manager.
Yeah. Farke was asked a question as well about what next for Leeds. They survived rather comfortably. Great first season for them, but can they go up further? Do they have that in there?
I think his answer
more of the same.
More of the same, you know.
But they
continuing.
want more, though. Sure.
Of course, the fans will want more. Everyone will want more, but he knows what it takes to survive in this league. He's done it last year comfortably, like you said. They've added some quality. They just signed also another Swiss defender, Elvedi. Muharemovic is playing today. I think, you know, this team is continuing to evolve, but he knows the basics is what's going to keep them in this league, and they're going to have to do that very well.
Ipswich, Sunderland. It's time to go to Portman Road.
Gary, you've had a whole summer to wait for this reception at Portman Road. How much are you looking forward to today and getting underway?
No, yeah, we are. I think everyone is. Fan base, players, staff, everyone's excited. You know, there's a lot of work that's gone in, not just in the last few weeks, but over the last few years to get back to this point. So everyone's excited. But that excitement does need to be controlled, of course, because there's a job at hand, and that is to try and put our first 3 points on the board this afternoon.
Busy summer recruitment-wise as well. A lot of money spent, 6 debuts in your starting 11 today, and then in Ciso returning as well. I've noticed Premier League experience. It feels like a different model to 2 years ago for Ipswich.
Yeah, I don't think consciously different, just what we felt we needed. We'll still get stronger as well, not necessarily just in the transfer window. We have a couple missing today that will help us when they come back. So we're in a good spot. I like where we're at this afternoon, prep-wise, and where I think we can go today with the game. But still opportunities for us to get stronger. So an exciting time for us. Tough opponents, of course. Sunderland, incredible season last year. We'll be stronger again this year for the achievements that they had. They've been able to add again. With unbelievable success to qualify for the Europa League, so a fantastic first test for us, and at home in front of our crowd, so a day that we're looking to make the most of.
Regis, looking at your starting 11 for a start of a brand new season, you've got Thomas Mounier, a new signing. Tell us about him and what you've seen up close.
Good player, experienced, at different levels, different countries, and from day one he showed that he was already a good teammate, so it's easy to connect with him and easy to start with him in the starting 11.
Huge season ahead, having European football as well, but it felt like a lot of this summer was about consolidating, keeping hold of your best players, Brobbey, Xhaka, Lefebvre. Was that the approach?
Yeah, it's part of the process, because this team is young. It's just the beginning of the story, and they want to stay connected together. They want to stay with us at Sunderland, so it's a good news. And obviously the transfer window is still open, and if we can add a few signings, we'll try.
Everton Palace, let's go to Merseyside.
David, another season, and the old heartbeat gets going just as it ever has, I guess. Mine is.
Yeah, well, we know what it's like. The start of the season is always exciting and something to look forward to. Big hopes and ambitions, so hopefully we can achieve them.
It's a very close 11 to the one which started the last pre-season game against Lille. But Tyreek George, you've gone for him. You could have gone Johnson, you could have gone Dibbling. Just ask you about that decision.
Well, we had a few decisions to make, but obviously we just felt that was the right choice for today's game.
Crystal Palace obviously have a new manager, as do a lot of Premier League sides this season, but actually when you look at their 11, the only one making his first appearance for Palace is Dwight McNeil, who's obviously someone you know really well.
Yeah, we do. We know Dwight really well, and you know, it's strange he was with us only a week or so ago, and now coming up against us. So yeah, obviously we know a lot about Dwight.
Pierre, welcome to your first Premier League game. Are you excited?
Really, I wanted to play from the first day I know I was here, and now it's a good day. It's a D-Day. That's why it's only about minutes now.
You have 1 or 2 injuries. I understand that Jefferson Lerma is injured, and I think Palace fans will be a bit worried about Ismail Assar, because other teams, Galatasaray, maybe others, would like to sign him, and he's not involved.
It's normal, because 2 days ago I said he will play, and yesterday we make a medical point with the doctor of the club, with the player and me, and we have chosen that he cannot play, because for the moment he's not really 100%. That's why we didn't want to take a risk.
There you go, Pierre Sage there talking. So here we go then, you're watching Super Saturday on beIN Sports. 3 games to come at the top of the hour. We're at the City Grounds for Forest against Leeds United. 2 other games kicking off as well. First half next.
يبقى كل شيء في قطر قريب من كل شيء.
Here, take a Snickers. Better? Better.
أنا زي.
جاي اهو.
First of all, كرة إذا كانت رايحة. Thank you. إيه جايكم الحين.
Different worlds, one bag.
وصلنا القرار السفر بجهة آخر لحظة صحيح؟
صحيح القرار تأخر لكن حجز
تعرفي؟
وكيف رتبت الطيران الفندق بهالسرعة؟
لعبناها صح كل شيء من تطبيق المطار
يعني ما كانت صفقة صعبة.
بالعكس كم من ضغطة وانحسمت الأمور
طيب أستاذ وش خطتك الموسم الجاي؟
نفس الخطة بس الوجهة ثانية.
مع تطبيق المطار احسم انتقالك طيرانك وفندقك في مكان واحد.
Foul ball, come on.
Why aren't we moving? What happened? You okay? Is he okay? Huh? What's holding you back? Is it the weather? Want me to clean your window? Is it the tires? Do you need a push? Why isn't he moving? Tell him to move. What?
Here, take a Snickers.
Why?
Because you're a different person when you're hungry. Better?
Better.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Okay, you're watching Super Saturday live on beIN Sports. We remember we are the exclusive home of the Premier League. These games kicking off at the top of the hour. We'll be watching Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. We also have Everton against Crystal Palace. That's on beIN Sports 1. And beIN Sports 2, Ipswich Town against Sunderland live from Portland Road. If you wish to watch those games in its entirety, please watch them on those channels. However, goals, we will show them to you as they happen. As we watch Forest and Leeds do battle at the City Ground. Forest under new management. Leeds United, as we were saying before the break, where can they go? Safe, comfortably safe, after a strong debut season under Farka. The Forest aspirations, Europe?
Yeah,
it was difficult last year.
Yeah, it was difficult, but I think this is their target. This is where they belong as well. It's a fantastic club, fantastic team. But compared to last season, and now they have a new manager, they want to show that they can come back to Europe. So that's the moment.
There's no Elliot Anderson anymore. He's off to Man City. But of course, with Oliver Glasner comes much experience, great experience, and also a proven European winner now as well. And he's a very popular choice.
Yeah, he has proven a record. He won title with Palace, which never happened before. And this is why they went for him. And yeah, they have a capability to go far. They almost went to the Champions League spot 2 seasons ago. This is a very tricky team, but with the Gibbs White up front, Igor Jesus, they have the quality, the ability to beat any teams in this league when they really want.
And Sangare and McAtee, partner in the midfield, and Schlager and Usman Diamande, the summer signings for them, only make the points. So for Leeds then, this second season we talk of, and you were mentioning with a number of clubs, are they really going to struggle this season?
It's always harder. Now people know them, they know how they play, but they've added some quality players. I think Harry Wilson will be that link from the midfield to the attack. He will be able to deliver good balls to Calvert-Lewin, and it will be very important if he finds the same form as he did last year for them. It will be a fantastic addition for them.
It's a very good manager, isn't he? Daniel Farka. What would you say, smooth?
Yeah, he's smooth. The way he talks, very calm. see him very phased about things. He stays under control, and I think this transmits a lot to his team.
Yeah.
They had a good season last year, great club, two great clubs, historical clubs. It's great to have them in the Premier League.
But then you said the same with Sunderland. I mean, they're the blueprint, weren't they? Finished higher than Leeds United, but you've got them down towards the bottom in your prediction. Why Leeds United?
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I don't think I did. No, I think second season is always hard, but they know how to make life difficult. They're good on set pieces, and I'll expect a game that will be physical today.
Everton Palace, Ipswich Town, Sunderland. Also about to get underway. As I say, goals from those two games will show them to you
Let's go, boys. Let's go for fun.
But we'll be watching Forest and Leeds United. Listen to this.
You scored 2 goals from my mistake. My stupid corner.
Yeah, Adlan singing in the background. Here we go then. To the City Ground we go. Matt Upson is alongside Seb Hutchinson.
That new season excitement.
Oh, nice.
It's going to turn to the reality of watching one side play in their opening game of the campaign. New signings to settle. But it's all about what happens on the pitch as Leeds United get us underway in the first game of this Premier League season at the City Ground. And what to expect from these two sides, Matthew Upson?
Oh, just the atmosphere I'm trying to soak up here. It's brilliant. The noise around the City Ground. His first taste of it, Oliver Glasner, with the home fans.
The first taste of the long throw from Ethan Ampadu. He can launch them in there. Biol trying to help it on. Kind of getting it away. And it ran through to Calvert-Lewin, not quite. So the first effort from range from Anton Stack, who was arguably Leeds' player of the season. Fantastic campaign for them. Dismissed by Sangare. This new setup for Nottingham Forest under their new manager, but a familiar one to Premier League fans. We've seen Plaza take charge of Crystal Palace, and we're expecting a similar shape. James Trafford launching it long.
I mean, it's interesting, both teams adopting almost identical formations, really, aren't they? There might be tiny tweaks in the front three, but essentially it's a matchup, and you just feel that Leeds have got a bit more experience of this system, and I know Glasner knows it inside out, but getting that message across in pre-season with new players that have had, you know, multiple different managers and systems over the past 12 months, I think it's going to take maybe a little bit more time.
It's been well documented how the system changed for Leeds United, changed their season in that match at the Etihad against Manchester City. So many talk about the Leeds persuasion before that game and after that game.
I mean, it's unbelievable how the impact can be so explosive. I mean, the biggest one I saw was Leicester. Nigel Pearson kept Leicester in the Premier League, changing to a back three. Final 10-12 games of the season, kept Leicester up. It was incredible. The difference that made, it just hit the right note with the players, and I think if you find that, it can really bring some success, and it certainly did for Leeds.
Williams on that left wing-back role. Oliver Glasner did say he's expecting some new faces through the door before the transfer window closes. New faces on the bench today. Schlag and Diamande. Jia Cunha, one defender on the left-hand side of that back three. Here's Aina. Good play from him. There were doubts about his future. And his contract was set to expire, but he extended with the club. And it's his turn to go for the long throw. So Ola Aina looking for distance. And in the end, realised in the middle. Jones, the referee.
I saw Aina really using his shirt there to dry the ball before that long throw. I think no towels allowed in the Premier League this year, I believe, sir.
That is the case.
It's an interesting strategy, maybe, just to try and reduce that impact of the long throws. But as you can see already, both teams using it heavily.
Do wonder if a supporter might bring one in one day. How that will go down.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to use them. So Trafford towards Calvert-Lewin. Milinkovic will shield that from Aronson. And it is a goal kick. The American, unfortunate in the end. He has just signed a new contract with the club, 3-year contract. Few Leeds players have signed some new contracts committing their futures to the club. And Milinkovic, a rock at the back for Nottingham Forest, one of their recent success stories.
Well, when you think how settled and solid their back four has been last couple of seasons, Nottingham Forest, then having 3 centre-backs is surely going to tighten it up even more, and it allows one of them to go tight every time. So every time Calvert-Lewin's dropping to either win the ball in the air or the league's trying to hit him, any of the 3 centre-backs can go all the way in with him and compete, knowing you've got 2 that can just drop in the space.
Wilson. Made this fixture so interesting on this opening weekend was we're expecting both sides to play a similar shape when you look at it on paper, but how will that manifest in their styles right at the start of the campaign? There's Biol. And Biol looking for Calvert-Lewin. Cunha cuts it out. It'll be interesting seeing McAtee in that central role, but that's loose. Sangare. Can Leeds take advantage? Stack working out to Bogle. Look at Rodon bursting forward. That's something that's been seen in pre-season. Wilson, sharp, but too close to Sells.
That's a good early ball in with his right foot. He just has that first touch, Harry Wilson, and wants to just fizz it across the 6-yard box line. Calvert-Lewin was just outside the box though, couldn't get across any of the defenders.
Chance to see one of those runs from Joe Rodon at centre-half. It's a new feature expecting this season from Leeds United. We've seen it before in the past. You think of Sheffield United under Chris Wilder. Just applause for Morgan Gibbs-White. The one player they really didn't want to lose. With Anderson joining Manchester City. The real jewel in the crown, you feel, it's Morgan Gibbs-White. Ampadu. Stack picked up an injury at the back end of the season, which really affected his chances of being involved with Germany at the World Cup, as he was in the mix. McAtee. This is the shout of man on. Aina with a switch. Find Gibbs-White. I think was coming from an offside position. Fantastic return from Gibbs-White in the last campaign. 18 goals in all competitions in midfield.
He's really kept it alive, hasn't he, through what has been, let's face it, extremely turbulent times. He has been the one constant, really, of putting the numbers up. He's got in the reward of probably the most important player in the team.
And Bogle. Another of those to sign a new contract to reward the best seasons of his career. So Wilson over the set pieces for Leeds. No, they're an aerially dominant side. There's Biol. The new man, waiting. Wilson looking for Rodon. Murillo away. Harimovic already caught the eye. Scored a lovely goal in pre-season. But these are the games that count. Calvert-Lewin. Well, he resurrected his career after injury issues. Aina. He's giving it away. Ampadu. Biel. Ampadu. Did have a pass as a centre-back. Able to drop off. Maramovic. He goes forward as well. We're seeing the first break from the young defender who played for Bosnia at the World Cup. One of the few left-footed players, though, in the lead side, and it's perhaps an area they might be looking at and strengthening.
Well, it's useful being a left-footer and as a centre-back. I'm talking from experience. I think it gives teams good balance, and he needed that position. There's nothing like having a natural, whichever side you play, right or left, that you are that footed. You can just hit diagonals, hit forward balls. It just gives you that little bit of a different passing channel.
The joy on your face as you've described that role.
But a back three is, I don't know, it's so different to play from a two. But it just gives you more freedom with the ball. The ability, see him already, he's up the pitch, he's doing overlaps behind the wing back. He's got that security with two other centre-backs.
You preferred it?
Not necessarily preferred it, but I think it just opens up different possibilities, and it is definitely a different skill set.
So far in these early stages, both sides getting a feel of the ball. Aina. Are we seeing more of it so far?
Leeds have settled into the game better, which, like I said at the top, I would expect Leeds to be well drilled, a little bit more the understanding you need.
Aina. Look at the Forest side, none of their new boys in that lineup as Sells.
Nice,
minor panic. And then Aina didn't have that much time with Stack around. Let's see the footwork from Matt Sells in the nick of time.
When he's saying, I want to see your eyes, I want to be able to see that you want the ball, and it's a little bit dicey, isn't it? I mean, he gets away with it. That is not ideal. He was going to pick it up, and then realised it's a back pass, and Calvert-Lewin just couldn't capitalise on it. Very fortunate there, Sells.
Cunha, only 21 years of age still. He's a two-footed defender, but starting today with Diomande deemed not quite match ready. Stack. He's hooked that over. Also knew he was offside.
Forest really going into the front a lot. Jesus seeing quite a lot of the action, having to come from that high up position. Him, along with Gibbs White and Ndoye, just need to offer that out ball because Leeds are pressing him really well. Go long again.
Milenkovic towards Igor Jesus. Aronson. Cunha, but not fouled. One back by Justin. Nice touch from Wilson. So Murillo out of position. It's Rodon. To do. Maramovic. Aronson has to get it back. And it's blocked off by Cunha. Exactly what he was doing there.
I think he's going to get one of those. That's his only one. Referee not getting a yellow card out, but it was pretty intentional, wasn't it, what Cunha was trying to do? He knew the movement had just done it. Aronson gone for the return ball, and he does just block him.
Early moments, you can see that Forest defence finding Leeds' system a bit awkward. Hugo tries to break forward. Stack. Work it wide. We need to get the shot away as well, you fancy. Aina. And Doy hasn't got in the game much so far, and Aina goes down quickly.
It's been a good press from Leeds. Good press with the start. They've got high up the pitch and not allowing Forest to have any of the ball into midfield, really.
It's two of the new men for Forest. Schager, the Austrian. Diomande, who did feature for the coast of the World Cup.
Crazy, bro. This new formation is good, bro. This new formation is good. Three at the back we are trying. It's good movement, but we need more time to understand this formation.
Sangera just stepping across the path of the Leeds player there.
More focus on his role in this campaign with Anderson no longer alongside him.
Yeah.
Did a lot of good work in that role, but Anderson probably took more of the plaudits.
I'd have to say it's probably a little bit more of a defensive emphasis now, isn't there? But you've got the three centre-backs, so it kind of balances out a little bit.
Aronson in a central area. Aronson. Bogle clipping it in there. Another feature of Leeds' play was their wing-backs. You'd often find Bogle or Justin in the opposition penalty area. Had a fair few Leeds games last season, and they got themselves into goal-scoring position, even scoring goals themselves. Really caused the opposition problems in the latter stages of the season. Milinkovic to Murillo. There's some new laws for this campaign, and one of those is the time taken over restarts, including throw-ins. So the time is at the discretion of the referee. If he senses that players are taking too long, he will begin a countdown. Here's Aina.
Yeah, I think on the whole, we're generally going to see that when teams are in front, aren't we? And they're trying to just delay the restart. I think that's mainly when the referee's going to start to tighten up on that restriction.
I feel like the state of the game will play a big part in that.
Yeah, definitely.
And Doy. Again beaten to it by Strack, who seems to be tasked to make sure Aina can't get any room. But Aina ready to go long. Now the referee saying to him, get on with it. Milinkovic in there. Ooh, this reach, and Igor Jason's header. And James Trafford with his first save in a Leeds shirt. And now breaking away down the other end, Aronson trying to find Wilson.
Oh, I was very nearly on there from Aronson. He just couldn't get his touch out of his feet early enough to put it in the space for Wilson, but great save at the other end. It's not very often you see a header that powerful direct from the throw.
Well, Leeds not happy with the challenge from Ola Aina on Justin. At first glance, Rob Jones has decided a yellow card.
Well, the yellow card is out. And he just shuffles with the ball here, has a slightly heavy touch. I mean, it's not the worst tackle I've ever seen, maybe a little bit harsh as a yellow card, but that is a good header. It's all about the run, the timing, he's coming onto the ball, so he's got the momentum to get the power, which really does test the goalkeeper, and Trafford does well to react and just palm that one wide, but cracking run and header from the centre-forward, Jesus.
The VAR, Craig Pawson, is still looking at this challenge. And I think it's because his left leg, when he does go in, it's the way it makes contact with Justin's standing leg.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, I mean, it's quite hard from this angle to see that, but I mean, he's gone, this is a better angle to see that impact.
Well, it has now been checked and cleared, as it were, sticking with the on-field decision of yellow card.
Yeah.
They want the bar to be high on these sort of decisions, and I think it's one of those, isn't it? If the referee had given it as a red,
yeah,
you wonder if it had been overturned, but then you sort of feel, is it enough to upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at it from that angle, it's definitely a yellow card. It's just slightly mistimed. I don't think there's a lot of, like, you know, harsh intention from Aina to hurt the opponent. He just goes over the top of the ball a little bit, and the yellow card is the right outcome there for me.
I think Viper agreed. Not. So Schnapp to take this free kick. Towards the Forest penalty area. Igor Jesus again strong in the air, this time in his own box. And that's away by Murillo. Wasn't too happy, this goalkeeper.
He just wanted an option, didn't he? He wanted Sell to just be able to roll that one back for him to clear it. Instead, he certainly makes sure that the ball's in row Z.
The problem is that Ampadu can bring it to the touchline and throw it from here. It's Ampadu. People trying to help it on. Has found his way through. Still a chance for Leeds. Instead, a corner.
I mean, that's the second one that's come into the box, where a Leeds player has got the first contact, and it's a brilliant flick. It really is. I have to say, the flight of that throw-in is so inviting for a flick. It's not one of those loopy ones that comes out of the air. It's got a little bit of flat pace on the ball, so if you do manage to get that first touch, it's a real problem for Forest.
Now Wilson with the corner. Wasn't one of his best, but trying to make something of it. Williams does brilliantly. Support is there through McAtee. He's got a lot of work still to do here. It's too close to the goalkeeper in the end. The initial break was excellent.
Yeah, I think it may have been on earlier to play that early, but it was tough for Williams to get the ball out of his feet. It was a brilliant run from him.
And Williams getting on the ball again after that long run.
Just getting the oxygen in, isn't he? Opening day of the season, the sun's out, and you've got a run like this where you're running 3/4 of the pitch, gets his head up there. I think he wanted to play it earlier. He could see the space that McAtee had in front of him, but just wasn't able to get it in.
Such a demanding role. And a wing back.
You may as well strap an oxygen tank to your back, right? It is literally up and down, up and down. You've got to have the ability to run constantly.
McAtee couldn't thread that pass through.
Different formation, we got good
Padu, who couldn't find Aronson. Stack. There's Igor Jesus. Sangare. Finds Aina. He can't find Gibbs White. A few times Forest have attempted to progress the play and it's not worked.
Yeah, they're struggling to find that little pocket in the midfield, aren't they? They're having to go a bit longer and stretch it, which is suiting Leeds, because they're getting nice and tight to Jesus and Ndoye. These are the areas that Leeds are just winning possession.
There's a Forest player down at the moment, and then in goes Murillo with a late challenge.
Not on the stream, guys.
He's penalised in the end.
Good job. Come on.
I think it was Roden who initially got tight and won the ball, which Leeds have done so well every time he's coming in. Gibbs White's not happy, but I think he's entitled just to step in here. Whether or not he gets a piece of the ball through the foot of Gibbs White, I think that is the argument that he's making to the referee.
3 goals.
But in the end, it's going to be a
despite spending all that money,
Stack's going to take
Tottenham
it.
could not win. Kohli.
For some reason, James Trafford came all the way up to say something to Stack. Stack to play it in. Ampadu. Ndoye is quick to cover. And throw-in the end. Stack.
I'm surprised they maybe just didn't play that wide firstly. It was very narrow to put it into the box, wasn't it? Hard to get the angle on it to cause any problems for Forest.
McAtee. It's going to be fascinating watching James McAtee in that role. Struggled really to get a run in the side further forward. We know he's a technically proficient player, and we know that Glasgow wants to have a player who can technically look after the ball and play game-changing passes really from that area. Already he's tried to force the...
First goal of the day at Portman Road. To sunny Suffolk we go. Watch this from Julio Enciso. So unselfish. Sets up Emerson. Ipswich
So simple, guys. So that's how you
Sunderland there.
pass and no simple. Pass and no.
Milenkovic and Murillo will relish the battle with Calvert-Lewin. Seen already that Murillo's not really enjoying the positions that Harry Wilson takes up. Here is Wilson.
I mean, he's wide this time, but I mean, how many times has he been way more central? And like you say, it just leaves a little question mark to the centre back, doesn't it? Shall I go? Shall I go that narrow? Shall I go that deep?
It's touch from Stack to open the pitch up for Aronson. And Aronson will move it wide. Men in the middle for Bogle to find. And it's a brilliant finish from the new man, Harry Wilson, but the flag is up. Just went too early.
Well, that was just a super run there initially, I have to say. It's clearly offside. Pretty straightforward for the assistant. But the initial run that Harry Wilson made dragged, I think it was Nico Williams, all the way into the pitch, allowed the space out wide, and then he's in the box looking for the return. He just crept a yard too early. But a little sign there of how clever this player is. I think it's a brilliant signing for Leeds. And he's going to fill that little hole there all season, and I picture him to be a real threat.
Yes, it has been confirmed as offside. But even that finish looks superb because there was a touch along the way.
Very
I mean,
bad,
he's very accurate, isn't he? I think 17 goal involvements, wasn't it, last season? Which is brilliant at a team like Fulham, who are not creating masses of chances, but he was a huge part of it.
Eye-catching performances. 10 Premier League goals. So nearly for the visitors. This time a free kick for Forest. And Ndoye, who we were used to seeing really on the left side for Switzerland at the World Cup. Most of his minutes for Forest have come on the right side. He really looked a threat for Switzerland during the World Cup.
I honestly didn't know it was the same player, to be honest. I mean, he just had a different swagger, different confidence. He was comfortable, scoring goals. Exactly what the Forest fans want to see, and I think he'll just maybe end up on that left side a little bit more off the back of that summer.
And he won this free kick here in that position. Trafford has already made one save. Forest have big centre-halves forward along with Igor Jesus. So looking for a good delivery.
That's how you
Cunha stealing into the back post. Down goes Calvert-Lewin, but I don't think there was much of a push there from Murillo, and the referee sees it the same. McAtee bends it in. That's easy for Leeds to clear away. Aina back in. Rodon clears it. And then, well, you knew Gibbs White was interested in that, but not quite.
An ambitious attempt, isn't it? Ball falling out the sky. It's a little bit of a stretch on that. The ball wasn't quite in front of him enough to be able to get the contact he wanted.
He's the one player in the team who's probably allowed to try that,
Yeah.
and everyone just goes, yeah, okay.
He gets a pass.
He gets a pass.
He gets a pass if it ends up on the corner flag.
And the Trevor straight out of play. Funny thing about that was Oliver Glasner applauded it.
Yeah.
Tell me why would he applaud that?
I think he was happy with his team setup.
Okay, all right.
Forced it.
I think he might have been applauding Gibbs White for his effort before.
Yeah, maybe a carryover.
Yeah. Equally strange, actually.
Yeah.
Sells. Milenkovic. This could be awkward for Cunha. They've not looked comfortable playing out from the back so far.
Yeah, I'm never too much of a fan when that ball puts you on the back foot. You just create your own problems, don't you?
Speaking of Swiss internationals, when we were talking about Ndoye, another who impressed was Nico Elvedi in the back line for them. He is amongst the substitutes for Leeds. Experienced figure. He's coming to the defence.
Nice. And then we hit the low driven. Is it going?
Spent nearly a decade. Actually, did spend a decade at Borussia Mönchengladbach. This time, the press paying off for Forest. And they win a throw deep in the Leeds half. Williams doesn't go long. Milenkovic. Oh, and Aina wins it in the air. Igor Jesus trying to get on the end of it. Gibbs White. Igor Jesus can't touch it.
I mean, he's got no right to win that ball, Aina, there, really, to be honest. But Milenkovic was absolutely certain here. Look, no other thought in his mind is, I'm going to hit that diagonal. Justin doesn't attack it anywhere near as well as what he should do. He cannot let Aina just head that ball back across. It was a really dangerous moment and fizzled out in the end, but that's an important header to win.
I like the fact that Igor Jesus knew he was offside there. He was looking the way he was looking. Calvert-Lewin did get there first, but just caught McAtee. And I have to say, did make contact here. It is a yellow card, and they are having a look at the challenge.
Yeah, I was waiting for the yellow card. I didn't think he was going to administer it at one point. But just have a little think about it. And it's late, studs are coming down. I can understand why the yellow came out.
Well, it has been deemed as reckless by the VAR, but no recommendation. And Ndoye. And the cover from Rodon.
I think Calvert-Lewin looked a little bit lucky there because it was a glancing blow of the shin, but I think if he catches it more full on there with the full meat of the sole of his boot, I think he'd have been in trouble. It's very late.
Had a couple of interesting challenges, one from Aina, one from Calvert-Lewin. Throw in from Aina. Aina gets some good distance on that. Murillo, strong header. Milenkovic trying to help it on. We've got two sides who are very good in the air.
Yeah, it's a serious aerial battle, this. It really is. Both teams got big players who like to head the ball, three centre-backs. The set pieces, as we've already seen in the opening half an hour or so, could be the real difference of this football match.
Some leap by Calvert-Lewin.
He's got some hang time, isn't he? I don't think anyone hangs in the air as well as what he does in the Premier League, actually. He's possibly got the best leap.
Can he get this under control? Just got away from him. Milenkovic mops up. These have been the situations so far that Forest have struggled in. And almost give it away again if they've given away a throw-in. It's not coming easy for them.
Yeah, they're interesting matchups wide, aren't they? They're cancelling each other out a little bit. Justin and Aina, Williams on the other side with Bogle. Neither of them are getting much joy, but it's the players around them that are getting in the space and getting more of the ball. But the wing-backs are really going at it head-to-head at the moment.
And Doy. Can Forest break from this position? Gibbs White trying to bend it out to Ndoye. The space was there. It's a free kick, but Forest wanted more from that attack.
Yeah, Gibbs White knows it. He's frustrated with himself. That ball has to go high over the top. He's just got to put a little bit of elevation on the ball, and Ndoye's in behind with a really good opportunity.
Lovely touch from McAtee. Gibbs White with a bit of space, can move it wide. This is promising for Forest and Williams. And then he runs into trouble. He's penalised.
That's good from Ampadu. Exactly the position you want your defending midfielder coming across. As Bogle shows him inside, you know it's a chance that Williams might get that right foot shot off. And there's that lovely little flick from McAtee that just created that move. Beautiful awareness. Sees Gibbs White in space.
He only started 2 Premier League games last season, McAtee. So it's interesting now under the new manager to see him in from the start. We know that Glasgow wants that type of player in that deeper role. But he probably will need time to settle in that area.
It's good there.
Will he get the time in the Premier League?
Yeah. We'll have to see. Obviously, Sharga on the bench. And I think, you know, McAtee's an interesting one. I mean, Anderson, big shoes to fill, you know, £130-odd million player, but he was very much a passer, wasn't he? The quarterback type role. And McAtee's already shown there he's great with those flicks and awareness and clever little pieces of play, but sometimes those creative, long-ranging passes is what Glasnow's after in that position.
And Doy moves it wide. Williams can't get it past Bogle. Murillo. Zagare trying to find Gibbs White. They're quite fortunate there, Forest. But these weren't able to break. It's nice link-up play, though. McAtee off to Aina. And Aina deflected, but comfortable for Trafford. He was thinking about the shot quite early there.
Game's poised quite nicely, isn't it? Both teams very equal at the moment. Forest just coming back into it after I felt Leeds kind of owned the first 20 minutes or so.
Rodon going on the charge. Just looking for the free kick.